On problem number 5, what is the limit as x approaches 2 of x cubed? The first thing that you should do is try to plug in this value into x and figuring out what that gives you. Most of the time you're going to get a value, in this case 2 cubed, which equals 8. The value that you get is going to be your limit for this expression. Not always will you be getting a value, and when we run into one of those cases we'll talk about how to go about those. But for now, there you have it. We just found the limit as x approaches 2 of x cubed. What is the limit as x approaches 0 of 2x minus 1? Well, if we plug in 0 into the expression, we end up with 2 times 0 minus 1, and it turns out our limit is going to be equal to -1. So again, all we're doing is plugging in the value into the expression and calculating the value we get. Let's work with number 27. Well, what is the limit as x approaches 1/2 pi of sine of x? Well, when you plug in 1/2 into sine of x function, you're gonna end up with sine of pi over 2. But what is sine of pi over 2? If you remember your unit circle, by the way, if you're in calculus, you should know your unit circle frontwards, backwards, sideways. Pi over 2 is the point over here, the point 0, 1. Sine refers to your y distance, therefore this is equal to 1. It's saying, what is the limit as x approaches 1 of cosine of pi x over 3? Well, we're just going to plug in the number 1 into the expression. So that is going to be equal to cosine of pi over 3, right? Because 1 times pi over 3 is still pi over 3. But what is the cosine of pi over 3? Again, unit circle. Pi over 3 is somewhere up here. And when we're talking about cosine, they're referring to the x component of this triangle that we form at this angle. Well, if you remember your 30, 60, 90, remember pi over 3 is the same as 60 degrees, and this angle right here is 90. Turns out that the cosine of pi over 3 is going to be equal to 1/2. Therefore, this is just equal to 1/2. And there's your limit. We found the limit as x approaches 1 of cosine of pi x over 3. Let's do number 30. The limit as x approaches 2 of sine of pi x over 2. When we plug in 2 into this expression, turns out that the limit is just going to be the sine of pi 2 over 2. The 2's cancel, so that's just equal to sine of pi. So the sine of pi, they're talking to you about the y component where you're at on the circle at pi. Pi is right here. This point right here is -1, 0. The y component is 0, therefore sine of pi is just equal to 0.